Okay, we're going to be looking at a proportional method for working out good value for money. So I'm buying some drink or other, and there's two different bottle sizes I can get it in, and these are the prices. For the purposes of this, I want as much as I can get at the best price. So there's not that I want an amount. There's no worry about wastage or anything. So, am I better off buying the large one that costs more, or the small one that costs less? Well, the question is, does this cost enough less? Or has there some saving by making the larger one? So there are two routes to go. The first method I'm going to look at is doing it by the thing I'm actually buying. So we need to find a comparable amount of the drink to compare the price of. So one easy thing to head for is just to turn this all the way down into 1 milliliter, and turn this all the way down into 1 milliliter. Now with proportion, we're getting multiplying or dividing. Now it should be easy to work out what I need to divide that by to get 1. It's going to be 1500, which means this needs to be divided by 1500. In the same way, this needs to be divided by something. Well, it's going to be 650. So this needs to be divided by 650. Now this method assumes you've got a calculator nearby. Otherwise it's very tricky to do. So £4.42 divided by 1500 is £0, no pennies, and then some decimals, so it's going to be 0.295 pennies. And then this example here, £2.29 divided by 650. I'd actually like to do it as pennies straight away. It's going to be 0.352 pennies. So, this number is larger than this number. Now this is the price for 1 milliliter. So this milliliter from this bottle costs me more than this one. So this, each 1 milliliter costs less. Okay? So it is a better buy. So that's one way to do that problem. There's a related but opposite method which we can do as well. Is rather than aiming for 1 milliliter, we could aim for 1 pound. So to get from there to there, this is going to be dividing by £4.42, which means this needs to be divided by the same amount, 4.42, and this are dividing by £2.29, and again it assumes you've got a calculator to hand. So 1,500 divided by £4.42 or 4.42 gets me 339.37 millilitres. So at this price, every pound buys me 330-ish, 340 millilitres. And here, 650 divided by £2.29 gets me 283.84 millilitres. So here, this is small and this is large. And this is because we're using the same amount of money. So £1 buys me more over here. So £1 buys me more of this. So it is a better buy. Now the confusion comes here when you're not sure which method you're using at the start. So it helps to write out clearly this step or this step. So here we've got the price being different for the same amount, and that once you've crystallized that thought, it should be obvious that the smaller price is better because the amount is the same. So it's important that you think about this number as what it signifies. It's the price. Here the number that's different signifies a quantity. And because we want to buy as much as we can more is better for the same price. So in this case, we get the same answer both times, which is reassuring. But here it's because the number is big, and here it's because the number is small. That's because the number means something different. Now, there are some quicker ways if you haven't got a calculator to hand, but this way always works for any values ever. Divide something down to 1 and then compare. That's a surefire way to always work. If you're feeling bold, we can do some non-calculator stuff. Like, for example, I can buy 6 rolls for £1.10, or I can buy 8 rolls for £1.50. Yeah, that'll do. So that's an option. Now we could do the same thing as before, that'll be fine. But if you haven't got a calculator at hand, can we match something up here? Well, I think we can. I think we can actually turn 6 and 8 nicely into 24. Because they are common multiples. So 6 times 4 is 24 and 8 times 3 is 24. So if I want to buy 24 rolls from this price at this shop, it's going to cost me £4.40. If I want to buy 24 rolls from this shop, it's going to cost me £4.50, multiplying by 3. So we can see that this shop is actually more expensive. Their bigger packet isn't better value. So if I want to buy a lot, and again there's no worry about wastage or having too many, this is the cheapest way to do it. So here we've matched something, we've just not matched it to 1. But as long as something is matched, you can compare the other number. And that's all you have to do, is find a thing you can match easily, either multiplying or dividing, maybe with a calculator, maybe without, and compare the other value.